Hi, my name is Dan Schessel, and you're watching Off the Shelf Comic Book Reviews. We try to keep as much of this as spoiler-free as possible and as mild-mannered as Clark Kent. So, with all that out of the way, let's just get going with this. This review is for Flash number 18. So, what a fun book! Brian Buccello is taking over for this next two issues. He's the regular artist on these books, and he's kind of the co-writer on all the Flash titles. But for this one, he just takes over and he really runs with a whole new storyline. But at the same time, he really uses a lot of the stuff that's really been developed from the previous books and brings them into this book. And, you know, right off the hop, you get to see Flash running around trying to help fix, you know, Coast City. I really, really loved the way everything was handled. I thought it was fantastic. We also get a whole new set of heroes from the Speed Force. And we get to see, you know, Flash kind of deal a little bit more with these new heroes. They're very much rookies. And we get to see kind of Flash's interaction with them. And you can kind of, you know, tell which way it's going. But at the same time, the way it's all done and the way it's all put together, I find it really fun. The Trickster is also in this book, and he does a really good job of his character. You know, Brian does a very good job of his character, and we get to see a little bit of a crazy alliance that they've got kind of going on here. The art for this book as a whole is not quite what I'm used to in a Flash book. Now, it's because, you know, Brian had to, you know, step back from doing the actual, you know, drawing part and kind of handed it over to Marco. Brian still did all the coloring, so we kind of get the same kind of feel for the book. But as a whole, you can't write, draw, and do the whole book yourself and color it. It's just not going to happen. So, for the most part, I really enjoyed the way that Brian had displayed this book. During the book, there is quite a bit of actual humor as well, and it really flows, and it really, the art does actually help with the humor in this book, which is a very big part of it. The jokes really land nicely, and it doesn't really feel forced into the book either. I just really found it really good that way. Overall, there's lots of character development here. There's a lot of humor. The flow is wonderful. The art may not be my favorite in this series. It's not saying that this art is bad. It's just not quite what I'm used to. And something right at the end happens, and it tells me I got to go and get Dial H to go and pick up that book to go find out what's going on. And I really am not a big fan of, you know, buying books that are way off my list, and I'm just not going to pick that book up. But at the same time, I really want to find out what that is. It's really making me mad, but at the same time, I'm not going to buy it. But I hate when books do that. Keep it in the Flash. It just seems very self-contained in this book. And I kind of understand why they would do, you know, oh, this book here is kind of affecting what's happening in this book. And as a whole, you know, there's things that are happening around the world, and it keeps the continuity of the books together, and it really just brings it all together. But at the same time, I really just don't care. Sometimes I just want to keep it all in my little world. So, as a whole, I really like this book. I really find it that, you know, Flash is really growing as a character. I'm giving this book a 4 out of 5. Very good book, very good read. Go check it out. And that was for Flash number 18. So that's it for this episode. Go check out my other reviews. You can click on those and skip ahead. Also, go check out my YouTube page. You know, it's pretty fantastic. Yep. You can do that by clicking down below and subscribing to me. All right. Get out of the way. So that's it for this week. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.